Hey guys, so I was waiting for EU to reach the supply before doing an update, and yeah, it looks really interesting at the moment. We have that minor break, we have price pushing very impulsively into the supply, so it looks like it might just liquidate, and then we obviously have this demand over here, so we could have that push down and then the bullish continuation, or we obviously have this lower demand here as well. So this could be a lure for early buyers, and what could happen is the supply, if it holds, it could push price down into here, liquidate this demand, and push price into the higher probability one before having those bullish continuations. So at the moment, I'm kind of taking it easy, letting price decide if it wants to liquidate the supply or liquidate this demand. So I'm not really rushing to trade either of those. It's a bit lower probability. You could potentially look for shorts from here if you get that minor break and then pull into the fresh supply, trade it into this demand, and then just wait to see if price is going to reverse or liquidate from this demand or head down lower. So, overall we are obviously bullish and we are kind of overdue that retracement move. So, just be careful that you're not jumping in too early and wait for that confirmation. So yeah, I think it looks pretty interesting for the upcoming week. And it looks good because it's aligning with GU as well. GU just liquidated above the supply, which is good because this shows like it's respecting, and this supply is stronger if you have the liquidation basically. However, yeah, obviously as you can see we are really at the bottom of this range, so it makes it a bit lower probability to take shorts from here. But the only reason I might be interested in this is with the higher time frame context. So we talked about this before, we had all this equal low liquidity that has been taken. However, we're not currently anywhere interesting. The demand is all the way down here, so we could just keep seeing price come down a bit further, since this is kind of a weird place to just reverse from nothing. But yeah, so I would like to see GU coming down a bit lower, and that would obviously line up with EU because I would also like it to come lower to this much more higher probability demand, which would just be more favorable if we're looking for those long continuations. So yeah, overall that's what we want on EU and GU. However, we can see the DXY is dropping already really impulsively, and that's what's been causing that impulsive retracement. So obviously we could have a pullback all the way to 15%, so that's why I'm not rushing in at the moment for EU and GU, because we could just have that bullish continuation already in line with the overall trend if the DXY decides to have its complete retracement now. So yeah, let's see, like, where are we coming into? Coming into some demand, so I guess this is interesting, taking out this liquidity. You can see if this demand holds or if price goes like this. Potentially just short term it could react off this demand, come back into this supply, and then give that overall retracement, and that would line up perfectly with the narrative we're building on EU and GU of trying to get that small push lower before having the overall continuation to the upside. So yeah, the narrative looks really good and strong. However, we just need to be a bit patient and see what the market wants to tell us, if it wants to align, or it could obviously keep in mind there's a lot of fundamental news coming out at the moment from the US, so we could just have like complete volatile moves that invalidate everything and don't align with our analysis. So That's why I'm taking it easy. But yeah, looks like an interesting week or few weeks coming up, so we'll keep an eye on it. Anyways, have a good weekend, guys.